The goals have been hit today, and I'm going to try to tell you in 10 minutes how I got to 56,000 followers in 4 months on TikTok. The reason that I'm sharing this is because I just feel like it's a very easy and straightforward process if you just do the work. I don't think that this is the only way to do it, but I think that if you listen very intently, and just do everything that I'm about to describe, I think you'll be fine. But first, let's go ahead and review everything. So I have today 56.4 thousand followers, which is 1,000 more than we had yesterday. Awesome. We love that. On the YouTube, we have 332 subscribers, which yesterday we had 320. So that's awesome. 12 new people. I've been getting an influx of about 10 to 12 new subscribers every day on YouTube, which feels really good because I want to get to 5,500 by 5,000 by the end of this segment, and then I want to have 100,000 TikTok followers by the end of this segment. But right now, I'm gonna just tell y'all in 10 minutes or less how to do that. Very straightforward. First of all, follower count does not matter. Follower count only matters if you're trying to get monetized on the platform. I'm going to assume that that's what you're trying to do, so I'm going to talk about it in that regard. But even then, follower count only matters until you get to 10K. It doesn't matter. You just have to continually do the same thing. So you want to just try to get to 10K if you're going for the Creator Funds program. People say a lot of stuff about the Creator program. They be like, it's not enough money. Baby, money is money. Extra money every month for making videos? Sign me up. I don't care how much it is. Okay. Don't pick a niche. I have notes. That's why I'm looking down. I want to make this, like I said, as quickly as possible. Don't pick a niche. Just talk about things that you're obsessed with or interested in. Not even interested in. You need to be obsessed with it or passionate about it. I talk about things pertaining to my life, mostly marriage and motherhood, and I throw in like an outfit of the day. But my TikTok is pretty much a brain dump of my internal thoughts. My intrusive internal thoughts. I let it all out, right? Not my personal business, but I let it all out. Everything that I'm thinking pretty much comes out on TikTok, and that resonates very well with my audience. And when I say pick something that you're obsessed with, the second point is that you need to make content that's heavily based in asking questions and thought-provoking questions at that. So don't just focus on virality. Focus on talking to people. So whatever your obsession is, you want to make content around that obsession, but you want to make content in a way that's going to build community and build engagement. So asking questions, posing thoughts, not just taking pictures and doing trends. In fact, I don't recommend trends at all. I did everything that I've done without a single trend. Like I said, I did one trend, and that trend, it was, I mean, the video might have got like 10,000 views. But even in that trend, I did something that was applicable to what I normally talk about. And that's the only reason I did the trend. So don't do that. And I'm going to be saying, don't do this, do what you want. I'm just telling you based on what I did. So know that if I say don't do this or do this, I'm just saying this is what worked for me. And when I say ask questions, here's an example. So one of the videos that did really well for me, I talk about marriage, relationships, parenthood. I am a mother. I am a wife. I have a lot going on. So I just talk about like what goes on in my life. And so one of the questions I asked, I was reading this book and I wanted to read a segment from the book. So I said, and I mentioned this in another video, I said, is your husband a sex obsessed pig or is he just craving intimacy with you? That is a question because what's the common thing that happens in relationship and when we talk about intimacy? Oh, he always wants it. He just wants to have sex. He's this, he's that. He's a pig. He always wants it. That's a common argument. So it's a pain point that you're hitting. So part of this is also understanding who you're talking to. And really something I like to say is you need to be talking to some version of yourself from the past. Could be yesterday, could be last week, whatever. You're always talking to yourself and giving the type of advice, information, and asking questions like you're having a conversation with the past version of yourself. And if you continue to do that, what it's going to do is don't focus on virality. It's just going to promote conversation. So when I asked that question, that video immediately took off because people are intrigued by the beginning. Men want to listen to the perspective because they're like, man, yeah, my wife always says I'm a sex crazed pig. Women want to listen because they're like, well, which one is it? What is she going to say? And they can't wait to get to the end of the video to call me a pick me. Doesn't matter. The second thing that I would say is post as close to 5 to 7 videos per day. I'm going to stop you right here. If you like, girl, I cannot post every day, get off this video, because I don't know what to tell you. Okay, as close as you can. If you can't do 5 to 7 times a day, do whatever you can, but you need to post every day. That's just how TikTok works. So create sustainable content. That's the other aspect of that. So you can obviously not be out here posting 5 to 7 times a day as a person who has not posted before if you're making content that is highly curated and aesthetically pleasing. You need to make content that is sustainable. Sustainable meaning I can push several pieces of this out every single day. Most of my content is just like these videos I've been doing for the past week and a half. Turn on the camera and talk. Very minimal editing. And a lot of times we think that people aren't going to watch this because it's boring. Nobody knows me. You would be surprised. There's millions and millions and millions, billions of people out there in the world waiting for you to voice your opinion so that they can resonate with it. So do it. Don't overthink it. Post. And in the beginning, don't niche, just talk, just post things that you're thinking and ask questions. That's the biggest thing I would tell to any creator in the beginning that just wants to grow. Ask questions. Like, yes, bring up a topic, but ask questions. You know what pisses me off? God forgive my French. You know what grinds my gears? You know what really upsets me? Start off a video like that and go into the thing. Ask questions, be engaging, make it like a conversation, right? And do that every day. Okay. Engage with this is really important. People don't do this and I don't know why. Engage with content that you agree with. Only what you agree with. And if you like it enough to comment on it, repost it. The reason I say that is because, one, it helps the person that you're on their page, the creator who you're reposting. It helps your community to know what you resonate with, and then it helps that creator to see you as a person who is supportive, and then it helps your FYP. The reason that's important is because when you are on your page, you might find some inspiration. You might come across, if you do this well and you only engage with content that you like, you're going to find that it is very easy for you to create more content because your inspiration is going to be on your feed. So do that. And it goes a long way. Support is free, right? Stitching. I think it's very important that you stitch as early as and as often as possible, because stitches can help you go pretty far. And again, stitches can help introduce things to your community. So the only thing that I would say, again, remember what I said about do this, don't do this, what I said earlier in the video. If you're going to stitch a video, do not stitch videos in a negative light. Don't stitch something if you don't agree with the creator's take, unless you're adding something to it. Only stitch if you're going to add more to it. Only stitch if you're going to be like, I wholeheartedly agree with this, I wanted to add this. Or if you're going to break down certain points of the video, like, oh, I love this video, they did such a good point, I really want to talk about this. That's when you should stitch. Don't stitch to be negative, because it's just going to bring people to your page who have no interest in following you, because the people who actually agreed with the video that you're stitching are going to start seeing your video because it's going to show up on their page. So don't do that to yourself. Don't bring the negative people. Don't bring people that you don't intend to bring to you. It's all like a trap of drawing people into your personality and into your world. And you want to just keep everything that I just mentioned. Keep doing that until you have the ability to go live. I think you have to have 1,000 followers to go live. Whatever the threshold is, when you get it, start going live. So when you get live access, go live as close to every day as possible. I didn't throw out a number. As close to every day as possible. For as long as possible. Start with 30 minutes at a time, an hour. If you have something that you can be doing, when I first started going live, I was always reading a book. So I would do book club. I would get on there with this book and I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm in chapter 3. And I'm just reading. And every time I have a thought about something that I'm reading, I'm stopping to be like, oh, this is a really good point. Let me talk about this. I have this example. This happened with me and my husband. This happened with this girl that I know. This happened, because it gives you something to do. Now, if you don't have, I feel like it's easier and less anxiety ridden when you get on live and you have something to do. So try to just always have something to do where you can be talking to people, but you also have a crutch of something else to make you feel less anxious. Do what you want. I think that works. But talk, build community. When you're on live, it should be a reinforcement of the type of content that you post. So like I said, I talk a lot about marriage and relationships. This book that I just put up here, 10 Lessons to Transform Your Marriage. I'm pretty much talking about the same type of stuff when I go on live that people will see in my post. And you have to do that early on, so that people can get used to like, oh, this is the type of stuff that this person talks about. Okay, keep going. learn what works. And as soon as you get a viral post, this is like when you start getting traction. As soon as you get a viral post, respond to as many comments with video comments as possible, because now it sends people down the rabbit hole of your personality. So your first viral post, if somebody comments anything that can have a response, respond to it, good or bad. You don't have to respond to be negative, but good or bad. So my first viral video, I was talking about how women shape the dynamic of the relationship. And I gave a personal example. There was somebody that came and said, "You're lucky your husband didn't leave you because that was stupid." I responded to that comment. I said, "Thank you for that. Yes, I am lucky my husband didn't leave me because that was stupid." And then I went on to say everything else that I had to say. So whatever comments came in during that time, I was video responding, because now it's giving people an inkling to how I think. It's answering frequently asked questions. It's addressing frequently made comments, and it's producing more content for my feed. It's pushing my stuff out to more people. And y'all know how it is when you go on your, how many times has something come up on your FYP and it was like one of those video responses, and you see the comment and you see the response, and now you nosy and you're curious and you're going to go look. That's why you want to do that. Get more eyes on your actual content. And then those people, if they like the video comment that you did, if they like your page, if they like what you talk about, they're going to stay a while. And again, do this for every single viral post, at least until you get to 10K followers. And there's no, I don't know how long this process is going to take, y'all. Okay. When I started, I had TikTok for a while and I would post. I wasn't posting consistently now. But when I started posting consistently, I want to say it was like April or May. And then I wasn't posting consistently so much. I had my first viral post in late May. And then after that, I just kept posting. I would have at least a viral post every week. And then something happened between June and July where I like skyrocketed to 10K. And then in August, it was like 10K to 30K. And then they just kept rolling in. And to the point where now, like the past week, I've been gaining close to 1,000 followers every single day. So I'm telling y'all, like, based on my personal experience and what I think you should do. Biggest takeaways, focus on comments and engagement, not views. Don't worry about the views. Just focus on building community. This is really important, like I said, because if you focus on building community, you don't have to worry about people losing interest and clicking away because you were doing some dance trend or you were doing something trendy or you were talking about something and now you're not talking about it anymore. If you build a platform based on you being, I guess, the niche or the personality behind it, you don't run into those kind of problems, and you're building community. People buy into you. And I say this because, like I said, I talk about a lot of stuff. So I have, I actually have products now. I have products that help married women. I have products that help people with their accountability. And I have products that help people to understand scripture and grow in their relationship with God. 3 completely different things. But somehow within my content, I talk about all those things at different times. So I have content for all those different pillars and it resonates with different people. I even do outfits of the day, like I said. So I'm the person and people like me. So they're always going to stick around because they like me, unless I say something to offend them or unless they just stop liking me. That's another thing. Don't worry about being canceled. If you want to post something and you stopping yourself from posting it because you're scared you're going to get canceled, post it. And even if you do get canceled, who cares? Because what happens when you get canceled is now you are free to be yourself. And now you have eliminated all of the people who weren't there to support you anyway. They weren't there to be with you anyway. They were only there because you were in this box that they put you in. When they found out that you weren't in that box, they left. So who needs them? Things to note, continued. There will be people who respond to things that you never said. There will be people who respond to things and put words in your mouth. There will be people who will be nasty because somebody spit in their coffee that morning. People are slow. That's just how the internet works. Don't get caught up in it. Use those comments and those people to your advantage, but don't let it stress you out. So what do I mean by that? Every now and then I get a dense comment and I will use that dense comment to respond to something, but I always do it with love. I never respond with negativity. I never lash out, none of those things. Prime example, there was a lady, I did a video advertising something, and the video did really well. I showed it on a previous, I don't know which episode, because y'all, I've been filming every day. I said I was going to do this in less than 10 minutes. We have 15 minutes. I'm wrapping it up. But I did the video, and I was like, if you're not married, scroll. And so I go on to talk about it, and this lady leaves a comment, and she was like, I'm confused. Are we supposed to scroll because married people, I don't know, only married people will understand? I'm confused. And y'all know good and well, people say stuff like that all the time. If you're not somebody's husband, scroll. If you're looking for a way to scroll, like whatever, they tell you stuff like that at the beginning of the video. So why she made that comment, I will never understand. But I took that as an opportunity to call out my people again. And this will make sense as you make more content. As I continue to grow, I'm trying to align myself with my people. So occasionally I will say things that I know draw a line in the sand and repel other people. So for instance, I made a video last week that said, and before you ask me for my advice, just know that I'm a Bible thumping pick me. Why? Because the Bible thumping pick me's are the people who like biblical advice and who like talking about marriage in a way that's not degrading their husbands. Those people are going to gravitate to my page when they see that. You know who's going to stop gravitating towards my page? You know who's going to block me? You know who's going to scroll right past that? Everybody else who I'm not talking to. Because I'm talking to women of God who are in relationships, in marriages, and they want advice from other women of God who are in marriages. Now, was I being sarcastic? Because do I call myself a Bible thumper or a pick me in real life? No, that's just what I've been accused of being online. So I use that to my advantage. So similarly, I use that brain dead comment to call out my people again. And I said, well, actually, I told you to scroll. I don't know why you didn't scroll, but since you're here, let's talk about it. I am a married woman. Not only am I a married woman, I'm a woman of God. So for me to sit on here and advertise this thing that y'all notice, I didn't even put it on my body. That's how risque it is. I just showed y'all. But for me to advertise that, I cannot advertise that to everyone because I don't believe in fornication. I don't believe in shacking up. So yes, I was talking to married women. Can anybody watch it and benefit? Absolutely. And I said all of this in that video because, again, I wanted to answer her question and I wanted her to know exactly why I said what I said. But I also wanted to use that as an opportunity to, again, call out my people. So when that came up on other people's feed, there were people who already followed me in the comments. There were people who didn't follow me in the comments and they were like, oh, this is great. I'm going to follow you. But some of the people who follow me even said, I'm not even married and I love your page. I don't know why she said that. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not married, but I can't wait to be married. And your advice is so helpful. So again, you kind of use every opportunity that you can to align yourself with the people who need to see what you're putting out. Okay. And don't worry about the slow people. Now, once you do that, once you respond to them, don't go back and forth with them. Don't go back and forth with nobody. People are brain dead. Don't do that. Focus on the people who are positive in your community and the people who are showing up. And if you do everything that I said, it's going to happen. People are going to show up. There are people that I know every time I go live, they're going to be in that live. There are people that I know, even if they change their screen name, if their picture is still the same, I can call their name out because that's how much time they've spent building community with me from the beginning. And it's been less than a year that I've been doing this whole creator thing, right? And so the last thing I want to add is that creator rewards money will fluctuate because your RPM is going to fluctuate. Still good money. I don't care what nobody say. You can't people leaving the creative program left and right because they're saying it's lunch money. Give me my lunch money. Free money to post some videos. Are you kidding me? I don't care how much y'all giving me. Give it here. Okay. So and I'm saying that, I'm joking, but I really be I get a fair amount of share from that creative rewards program. I actually like it. I have seen my RPM plummet, but I will say that consistently since I joined the creative rewards program, the amount of money that I make every month has only been increasing in spite of the fact that the RPM rises and falls. Anyway, that's it. I might make another more polished version of this video at some point. But today for my update video, I just wanted to do something different because I made a lot of progress. I finished all of my blog posts for the month. I have finished all of my podcast. No, I finished all but one of my podcasts for the month. I am at another 1,000 followers up. I'm feeling like I'm really on track. I did another voiceover for my minimalist channel. I just feel really good. So I felt like giving this information and doing something a little bit different with this video. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it doesn't, just come back in a few months after you start posting and it might make sense, because I really wanted to prioritize getting the information out as quickly as possible, and to make the video pretty concise. But that's it. I'm going to make another video tomorrow, so see you then.